Okay, welcome to the video. I look washed up as hell because this is the same day I actually went to scrap. I have not taken off my makeup yet. I literally have been up, well, I was up at like 6:30 in the morning to get to scrap super early. And then when I got home, I was very tired and my head hurty. So I decided to go ahead and take, oh my god, my voice. I decided to go ahead and take a little nap, but I just changed out of my outside clothes, went to bed, and then woke up. And now it's like 9 something, 10 o'clock in the evening, and I'm going to be doing this video. So bear with me. I look very messy, but I did not want to go ahead and like take off all the makeup and everything and then have to dig through the dirty stuff from scrap because I'm gonna wash all of it. Basically, I'm gonna quickly talk about what is scrap and like I guess generally creative reuse centers. So Scrap SF, from the research that I did before going to the warehouse, is a creative reuse center, which basically means it's a place that takes art supplies and crafting supplies and just various other things that can be used to make art from waste and like diverts it from landfills or takes donations of people's leftover art supplies and resells it. Scrap is, I believe, the first creative reuse center in the United States. I think it was founded in 1976. I know it was the 70s. I'll put the correct date on the screen if I'm wrong, but if I'm right, then there will be no correct date on the screen. Basically, from what I remember, I watched a bunch of old videos, looked through their website, and like tried to find as much information as I could on this place before going because I was curious. And I think what it was is the founder was trying to create some resource for teachers in the San Francisco area to be able to get art supplies and craft supplies for their classrooms and like help art teachers be able to get supplies for their kids. And to this day, Scrap still does that. It provides art supplies to all of the San Francisco Unified School District schools, which I believe is the San Francisco Public School District, or like public school system. So they do like field trips, they donate supplies to teachers, they have days where teachers can go in and get free art supplies and all that kind of stuff. So they're very much involved in the community and it's super cool. Scrap is a nonprofit, so when you donate to them, you can get like a tax write-off receipt. So you can donate your old art supplies to there and get a little bit of a tax write-off, but also just like be able to pass your art supplies to another group of people who might be able to use what you couldn't use, which is always a good thing. And there are other creative reuse centers. I think there is another like branch of creative reuse centers or like, I don't know, organization that also uses the name Scrap, and they were founded in Oregon instead, and they have like a bunch of different locations across the United States, but that organization's full name is Scrap Creative Reuse or something like that. So it has no affiliation with Scrap SF from what I could find. And just to like shout out other creative reuse centers, well, this one's mainly a fabric reuse center, but Fab Scrap is also one that is located in, I think, New York and Philadelphia, and they take fabric from various different, like, usually businesses. They take, like, fabric from businesses and, like, fashion houses and stuff, or whatever those things are. They take that kind of stuff that's going to be thrown out, and then they resell it. So they do have an online website. I will put links to Scrap SF, Scrap Creative Reuse, and Fab Scrap all in the description, because I think they're all really interesting to take a peek at, and if you happen to have a location near you, I think it's a good idea to be able to see what they offer. And I know Fab Scrap, at least, does have options to like ship and buy fabric through their online website, I've seen people also ask about buying stuff from Scrap SF and having it shipped to them through their Instagram. So I'll also link their Instagram under their links. So you might be able to get a couple things that they post on their social media sent to you. So that's cool. That's pretty much the rundown for like the history of Scrap SF. Now, I found out about this place through a Facebook comment in a San Francisco buy and sell group. Someone was trying to sell mannequin bodies, and someone commented about donating them to Scrap, so very interesting way to find out. I wanted to make this video for other Bay Area cosplayers, artists, crafters, all that sorts, so that it's like a tool to be able to see what kind of stuff is available at Scrap, because there is only one location, and for a lot of people it can be quite a ways away if you do want to shop there. So it's good to kind of know what they might have available, and generally what like categories of stuff they have available before you make a trip down there. Hopefully this video is useful to people, and let's go on with the vlog. It's 6:30 in the morning. I'm gonna be quiet. Quick outfit of the day in a really disgusting closet. It's so messy. But anyways, a little like bustier corset top. It's like an old Charlotte Russe, I think. I got it years ago for a Jiro cosplay that I did. Her like fantasy outfit. And some belts. I think I got this belt in one of the like trash cans that they had out at the end of one of my high school years for the PE lockers for kids to like throw things out in, and someone was gonna throw away this belt, so I took it. This is from my mom's closet. This is thrifted from Swap. This is thrifted from a Goodwill. Oh, this top is also thrifted from Swap. This is thrifted from a Goodwill. This is from Claire's a long time ago. This is my mom's old stuff. All the rings I'm wearing are my mom's old stuff. And then I just have black tights I got off Mercari, some warm tights because the city's usually cold. And then, yeah, I'm wearing an undershirt, so it's just like mesh here. Oh, and then all the pin here is something I got. It was like a necklace pendant I got off Mercari, a little cameo Victorian looking thing. And then I upcycled it with some chain and then another pendant I found on the ground in middle school. I just like collect a bunch of shit and then I use it because I am like borderline hoarder. And then for shoes, I think I'm gonna just wear my Eddie high tops. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know what those are. Oh, it's going towards me.
Oh god. Oh god, oh no. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's like coming for me. There it goes.
So most of this video is just going to be like walking around the store. I don't really have any dialogue that is very helpful for the actual video, but I'll say here, this is when we walk straight into the warehouse, and this is all of the free stuff they had right in front of the door. So in my opinion, when you go in, I think it's better to go and walk around and look at the stuff that you want to buy first, and then go to the free stuff at the very end, so you can separate the two easier and they don't charge you for the free stuff if you get it mixed up. Also by the front, there are glass cases full of things that have specially marked prices on them. For the majority of the store, it's just stuff that you get, and then they'll just charge you at the front. You don't really know how much most of it is, or it's kind of like a rough estimate they'll give you on the walls. But most of the things in the store are unlabeled, don't have prices, so you kind of gotta be careful with how much you buy if you're on a budget. But I don't think the employees are gonna look at you weird if you want to put something back. But everything is relatively cheap anyways, so you can get quite a bit of stuff for very little money. The store can definitely be a little overwhelming with how much stuff there is. It's like all over the place, and you look somewhere and you can barely pinpoint one individual item. So basically the layout of the store is there are aisles, and each aisle has one side and another side, right? And each side kind of is its own aisle, kind of like a grocery store. It's basically set up like a grocery store where there's like the big aisles, and then each aisle can be segmented into smaller aisles. Like, for example, the upholstery aisle is set up into the upholstery fabrics, but there's subsections of like fabric samples and then rolls of upholstery fabric. So once you kind of figure out how they're categorizing these aisles, it's pretty easy to navigate, but it still is a lot of stuff, so you do have to do quite a bit of digging. And hopefully this video kind of gives you a layout or a general idea of how the store is organized and what's available there, so it makes it easier for you to figure out what you need and where to find it. If you plan to go to Scrap, to get fabric, I highly recommend bringing your own measuring tape so that you can measure out the yardage and size of these fabrics, since there's no standardized sizing for these fabric rolls and they all vary in length and size. Some of them also do have like cuts cut out of them, like irregular curves and whatnot, so it's good to have something on hand so that you can figure out how much fabric you need and if the piece of fabric that you're getting will actually work for your project. The hardware section that Scrap has is filled with various pieces of metal and tools and wires, which are really great for lots of like armor and cyber type cosplays, but also if you're into an industrial or cyberpunk look of fashion, there's a lot of things you can use to upcycle your clothes and modify things with. Also, they do have quite a few just random hardware tools that you could easily pick up for very cheap if you need like a cheap hammer or a screwdriver or something of the sort. For some of their loose items, like buttons and beads, Scrap has a system where you just fill up a small paper bag. They have like tiny little paper bags with these buttons or whatever you want to get from these sections, and you just pay a flat price for that whole bag, so it's not even weight or anything. So it's a really great deal if you're looking for a lot of buttons for utility use or upcycling or whatnot, or you're a jewelry maker and you need a lot of beads. One thing I noticed while there also is that the end caps of the aisles tend to be their own sections as well, so definitely don't forget to check those out and explore all those cabinets when you're there.
Vlog update. Oh my god. Okay,
You're like, ape shit.
Oh my god, no, okay. So you borrowed my Peppa Pig bag.
Yeah, but I got like so many little post-it cards, lace. I got like 3 big old bunches of fabric, 2 patterns, 4 like tubes of oil paint, 2 scissors, so much stuff for like $20.
20 fucking bucks.
It was $20.
And then I got I got a whole bunch of fabric scraps for an upcoming project, like lint thing. I got some leather scraps to make some cups. All sorts of shit, like I got a gift bag and a bunch of yarn. And they mischarged me. I think she said it was gonna be $36, but she only put $6, but maybe I'm wrong, but I have to check my card later because that is crazy. It's crazy. Way, that's still so little money for how much stuff I got. That's crazy. Yeah. Anyway. Absolutely crazy. Welcome back. So I got quite a bit of stuff, and most of it was stuff for making a cosplay that I'm working on right now that you will see for Halloween. It's Zombieland Saga related, of course, very on brand for me, but you saw some of the stuff in the video, but I'm gonna show everything now because it was quite a lot. And I already talked about in the video how I think they were gonna charge me $36 something, but the person at the register miswrote the amount to charge me. The person actually only charged me $6.52. Either way, it was still a good deal. The $6.52 is still a way better deal, but $36 I wouldn't be too mad of. I'll show you, it's a whole big bag of stuff. But I didn't catch that they only charged me $6.52 until I actually finished the payment already. And I'm not gonna say anything. I also gave the person, I put some money in their tip jar because I felt bad about them only charging me $6 something. So I did give them like $5 extra more, so at least it was like $11. Still, I'm not going to say anything if somebody is charging me a lot less for something that should cost more. On to the actual stuff. So they have a whole free section that's like right at the front of the door that you probably saw in the video. So I got some free envelopes because I thought these were really cute, and I think they'd be good for if I'm gifting stickers to people, or you know, something small like maybe a necklace or some like pins or something, and I can put them all in these envelopes. They have this like cute space I can draw something on or like write something on too, but I really liked the color so I'm like, oh, I'll take them because they're free. I found this like lint remover. I've been looking for one, so I'm really glad I got it here. I got some buttons because I need to replace the buttons on a trench coat I have that has missing buttons, so hopefully these are the right size because I didn't remember that I had to get buttons for that trench coat until I was like in line, so I quickly ran and got the best buttons I thought for the trench coat. Some goose stickers because I think they're cute and I think my sister would like them, so I'm gonna give them to her as like a birthday or holiday present or something. some leather samples. So these were like in a bin for what, like $2 a sheet. I'm gonna try to make these into some cups for just my everyday wear. And I'll say it is quite like a dusty store because it is a bunch of like used stuff. They're not like cleaning everything when they get it donated to them. So expect to get your hands dirty and expect to bring hand sanitizer, need hand sanitizer, baby wipes, whatever, to wipe your hands after if you're not going to wear gloves or something. A whole bunch of yarn because I needed more yarn. I'm going to have to figure out how to wash it. Belt buckle. This belt buckle. I got one of these belt buckles from a website that sells straps before. They sell like belt making stuff, straps, like webbing, all that kind of stuff. I'll just put the link in the description because I love this website for cosplay reasons. So I got one of these types of belt buckles before, and I have one on some of my other belts. But what's great about them is you can put in whatever webbing you want into this, or whatever strap you want, and you can change it out. So I wanted to get more of these belt buckles so that I can either decorate them or use them with different patterns and colors of straps and webbing. So I don't have to buy new belts if I want a different pattern. I can just switch out the strap. A whole bunch of this pretty mesh fabric. I want to make maybe like a handkerchief style skirt with this. We'll see. A pack of just these like straps. I don't know what they're for, but they're all like sewn together. I'm gonna clip them free and then I'm just gonna use them as like armbands and like leg straps just to have them for fashion, I guess. Some crochet lace that I found in a bundle. I found all this chain, so I'm gonna use it for like, I don't know, clothing. Make it into like a belt or something for accessories because it's cool. A cute gift bag.
Stop wiping your butt.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Stop wiping your butt.
You want to show the camera? You come over here and show the camera?
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Stop wiping your butt.
I got some pens for school. They have this like bins of like pens and markers and shit. I saw on their social media they had a bin of free markers, but I could not find it when I was there. Maybe because I just missed it or something. But if you like to use alcohol inks in cosplay or use alcohol inks for art, there is a way to use old dried up markers and make them into alcohol ink using high percentage isopropyl alcohol and the little felt cylinders that are in pens and like pen tips. There's a Adam Savage video on how to do it. His whole like, I don't know if it's like his company or something, but he has a video on how to do it. I'll link that in the description as well. Got a new compass for myself because I need a new compass. I have no idea where my compass went and I finally got a new one. I found this in like the hardware section. I thought it was cute. I'm gonna make it into a necklace or something, or maybe a pin. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. And then I got some like fleece like material, so I gotta wash that. There's a lot of stuff I have to wash and I'm probably gonna hand wash it because I'm afraid of its like bleeding color and stuff. And then I got some of these eyes and hooks because I need more. Now onto my fabric scrap pile. So the Zombie Saga cosplay I'm doing has, well, at least my version, I want to have patchwork in it. So I needed more scraps for that because I didn't have enough variation and variety in the scraps that I already had. So I went and got some. This is like an upholstery sample, but the fabric is lightweight enough to flow well for what I'm looking for, and I think it's such a pretty print. So there's that one. There's this print one. This is just like a cotton, a printed cotton. This one's more of like a ruby color, like a pinkish, and this one's more of like a jersey, but it shouldn't matter too much in what I'm doing. This one's also more of like a pinkish, and it's like this cute little tiny floral print. This one's just black on red, cotton, and then this last scrap. So that's everything I got for $6.52, which is absolutely fucking bonkers because it's a lot of stuff. And again, the person who was ringing me up, I think, made a mistake on what they rang me up for. or what they punched in. So don't expect to get all this stuff for that much. I think it was supposed to be $30 or something like that, like 30 something dollars. But still, I would rather pay 30 something dollars for all this stuff and have it go to an organization like Scrap, where they help public schools and teachers, than 30 something dollars to a place like Goodwill or eBay or something. Yeah, that's pretty much the entire video. I just think that more Bay Area cosplayers should utilize this resource. And as you saw in the video, they have entire walls of fabric, and they have it separated by patterns and solids, and they have a fuck ton of solids. A lot of it was like cotton solids, which is really good for basic cosplay stuff. So I highly recommend it if you're trying to get cheap fabric, or like if you need it for like an applique or just one single part of a pattern, instead of going to a fabric store and buying it off a bolt. Go see if it's available as like a scrap piece. But also, I think as a community, I think cosplayers who make stuff, we should figure out some way to distribute our scraps and reuse our scraps. But yeah, go to Scrap. It's cool. Okay, I think that's it.